Hi guys, I'm Kristen Nedopak, and this is the premiere episode of a new weekly geek show called Science Fiction TV. Together, you and me, and the man behind the scenes, Rob, we're going to recap the latest and greatest from the week in science fiction and fantasy. We cover movies, TV shows, books, comics, graphic novels, and more. Pretty much whatever it takes to keep you guys in the loop. So let's kick off this week with a new release on comic book stands, highlighted by our very own Brian Tudor. Brian covered 3 books this week, including the new and improved Fantastic Four, aka Future Foundation. It's a remix of Marvel classics with enough newness tossed in to make this series worthy of a regular pickup. The artwork, by the way, Brian says is nothing short of stunning, so you guys definitely want to check that out. Then there's the Green Lantern event that will arc over the next few months into this summer, kicking off with War of the Green Lanterns. Something's gone wrong with the Green Lantern Corps, save a few key members have lost all their powers. It's up to the Green Lanterns we've come to know and love to regain the control and get the Corps back in action. That sounds exciting. And then all hell's breaking loose as Clive Barker once again takes the helm of one of my favorite stories, Hellraiser. Barker is a major voice in horror, and this new story is officially the canon of the series. And if this is your taste, you will absolutely not be disappointed. And on the lighter side, ScienceFiction.com columnist Amy Radcliffe gives us a review of Love and Capers Ever After #2. This is the second installment in the series, with characters she describes as young and adorable. These are superheroes with endearing charm and more accessible stories that bring you back time and time again. So if you like your superheroes with more warmth and less brimstone, this story is definitely for you. You can read Brian's previews and Amy's review and check out the whole list of new releases we have for you guys on our site, sciencefiction.com/comics. We have 2 science fiction movies in the theater right now. The first is the much anticipated, and something I'm looking forward to, the comedy Paul, and a thriller titled Limitless. Our movie reviewer Dave Taylor gave us the write-up on both. Paul stars Seth Rogen as the voice of laid-back aliens stranded on Earth. It's part road trip, part parody, and all geek fest as the movie pays homage to, us. Dave says it's a parody done well and definitely worth your time. Of course, if you like fun movies with comic book and sci-fi references. If you don't know why you're watching this show. Limitless stars Bradley Cooper of The Hangover as a wannabe writer whose life is falling apart. That is, until he takes a pill that unleashes all his brain power and he suddenly becomes amazing. Unfortunately, Dave tells us that's kind of when the movie starts to slide into a series of downward twists and ultimately keeps it from being anything, ironically. So check out both full reviews on our website at sciencefiction.com/movies. So what other news is going on this week? Big Voice Rob is going to tell you just that.
Thanks, Kristen. This week, columnist Amy Radcliffe talks about why she would want SG-1 lead character Samantha Carter on her team. Amy notes that the Carter character, played by actress Amanda Tapping, was one of the few roles that lasted the full 10 Stargate seasons and was a strong character who embraced her femininity. Says Amy, if I could pick any member of SG-1 to be on my team for, say, the zombie apocalypse, I'd pick Carter. Let's hope we don't have to put that to the test. Marvel Studios has released a new trailer for the upcoming film, Captain America, The First Avenger. The film tells the story of Cap's evolution from a scrawny kid too small to volunteer for the army during World War II to the first super soldier, courtesy of some experimental drugs. Cap's character is also set to appear in other upcoming Marvel Studios films, including Avengers. The Hobbits are back, as filming finally starts on Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings-based series, The Hobbit. The story follows Bilbo Baggins, played by actor Martin Freeman, who goes on a quest to reclaim the lost dwarf kingdom of Erebor. As one might expect, this is no easy feat, pun intended, as they encounter dragons, goblins, orcs, and giant spiders. Hobbits certainly have a hard time passing up a quest of sort. I personally would stay at home. And opening in theaters today is Sucker Punch. The epic action fantasy is a visually stunning ride through the dream world of a girl who's lost everyone she's loved and is confined to an insane asylum. Her imagination shapes the world and blurs the line between fantasy and reality with a healthy dose of large weapons, sharp swords, and deadly blimps. You can get more science fiction and fantasy news by liking us on Facebook or following us on Twitter at sciencefiction.com.
No frackin' fangers? That's the motto Rob and one of the other ScienceFiction.com guys have held on to, while a few of us others, including myself, are more than open to a little nip. So we want your opinion, guys. As of now, we don't cover much vampire or supernatural stuff on the site, but we will if you want. So let us know what you think by sending us a tweet at ScienceFiction, pro-vamps or no vamps. Give that to us by March 29th and we'll tally the votes. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get more vampires. So that's it for this week, you guys. Episode 1 of Science Fiction TV. A very special thanks to the Mr. Comic Man himself, Brian Tudor, and the awesome Amy Radcliffe and Big Dave Taylor for all of their contributions. Next week in Science Fiction, we are going to have a very serious talk about science. It kind of sounds like more like fun. I'm Kristen Nedopak with Science Fiction TV on ScienceFiction.com, and I will see you guys next week.